Here on the Fox 5 Live Zone, it is now 1 minute past the top of the hour. The top story during this hour happens to fall yet again on Iran. Iran's Joint Military Commando says banks and financial institutions are now a target in the Middle East. And oh, by the way, 2 Iranian drones hit near Dubai International Airport yesterday, wounding 4 people, though flights continued. The attacks come as Iran threatened to block the region's oil exports, saying it would not allow a, quote, single leader to be shipped to its enemies. The Pentagon also confirming that so far about 150 U.S. service members have been injured and 7 have died as a result of this ongoing conflict. Joining us now to discuss this and so much more is Ruth Wasserman Lande. She once served in the Israeli parliament and kind enough to join us back here on the Live Zone. Ruth, it is always a pleasure to have you on the show. Welcome back.
Likewise, thank you.
We are just getting word that minutes ago, 3 cargo ships were struck by suspected projectiles off the coast of Iran. This actually taking place earlier today. One of those ships happens to be in the Strait of Hormuz. Yet again, this is truly concerning, being that 20% of the world's crude oil goes through that region. What say you?
So first of all, the Islamic Republic of Iran is escalating the situation. With its back against the wall, it is trying everything it possibly can. And I believe that the worse its positioning would be, the more, let's say, volatile its steps are going to be. And the Straits of Hormuz are, of course, strategic in terms of economy and in terms of geostrategy, and they will try and aim at everything they can to either attempt to close it or to hurt vessels that are going through. This is the Islamic Republic of Regimes, let's say, attempts to, by the claws, try and hang on to the regime and to what's going on in Iran. And the situation is not easy for them. It is, of course, not easy for all of the countries involved. They had escalated the situation to an unbelievable shooting of missiles to Arab countries throughout the region, not to mention the fact that we here in Israel are sitting hours and hours on end with our kids in safe rooms all night, every night, and during the day because of the barrage of missiles that are actually being launched at us.
Yeah. And Ruth, I'm hoping you can speak more to that. Yet again here, I can tell you right outside of Washington, D.C., it is hitting many Americans in the pocket because of what we're seeing at the gas station. However, it's a different story, as you just highlighted, with regard to what's taking place in Israel. To think that, to your point, one has to seek refuge in a safe room while missiles rain down upon you, that has to truly be concerning and scary.
So one word to the American public before I speak about the situation of us Israelis. I wish the American people would understand that this situation economically, although at the moment volatile, it's not a constant. In other words, if the situation would have been left as is, the volatility, the situation economically would have been worse because the Iranians, once they would have had a nuclear bomb, there's absolutely nothing that could have been done. And they would indeed control every moment and every movement. And in fact, this is a game that isn't an Iranian game. This is a Russian and Chinese game to undermine the homogeny of the United States of America. That's why the United States of America is all in. This is the playground, Iran, but that's not the main act. And it's important for Americans to understand that this is the reason and the reasoning behind the sacrifice and the steps taken by the United States. We in Israel, it's absolutely surreal. Every night, every day, sirens are going off. You sort of hear them from your intestine almost when they begin. It's almost impossible to explain if you don't hear a siren yourself. You sort of feel as if it's within your body. Children are already used to it, and they run to the shelters as well, as little as 4 years old. It's surreal. It's surreal by all means. But if we don't, we all know that if we don't eliminate this evil, this is going to encompass us. This is in Lebanon, in Jordan, in Gaza, in the West Bank, in Syria, everywhere. I mean, this is not something that is local. This is an export of an ideology, a critical, extreme ideology that is hurting the entire region. And of course, as I said before, with a clear notion to undermine the hegemony of the United States in the international arena.
Ruth, you made mention of Lebanon. And speaking of Lebanon, we know that the resumption of hostilities, if you will, between Israel and Hezbollah has really surprised few, well, who have been watching that whole, let's say, conflict unfold throughout the past several months. The question was never if it would happen. Many are now stating it was when. What say you?
So the the Islamic Republic of Iran has been funding and encouraging and training their diamond in the region, so-called diamond. It's a terrorist organization proscribed by the United States and other countries. And this organization has basically kidnapped Lebanon and the Lebanese people. And what it has been doing since that has happened for decades already is attempting to terrorize, and not only attempting, but literally terrorizing Israeli civilians in the north of the country. You know what? It's unbelievable. People don't know that. Christians, Druze, Muslims, and Jews in the north of my country are sitting all day, every day in the safe rooms because the rockets keep coming. And people don't hear about that in the international arena, and there's no time. So you don't have time to run. It's such a short distance that you have to sit literally in the safe room. Businesses are closed. And this is a terrorism that has been going on for years. This is holding captive not only the Lebanese citizens, because once you fire from the Lebanese territory, it actually makes the Israeli government, it's incumbent upon the government to respond, because it cannot allow its citizens to be completely unsafe under this barrage of rockets. And this has not been going on for 1 or 2 days. This has been going on for decades, exactly in the same manner that Hamas was firing on Israeli civilians for years and years before October 7th. It's a reality that is very, very difficult to convey unless you actually feel it. And it's not only Jewish citizens in the country, it's Druze, Muslims, Christian citizens sitting all day, every day, for a long time in safe rooms because of Hezbollah, a proscribed terrorist organization.
It's a reality, quite honestly, that's hard for me to even fathom. We'll have to leave it there. Yet again, Ruth Wasserman, Lande, joining us right here on the Fox 5 Live Zone. I truly appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
All right, folks, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.